You may be doing things in your creator business that are killing your shot of getting paid brand deals, and you may not even realize you're doing it. As someone who's worked on the brand side, managed hundreds of thousands of dollars of budget, has a creator community, y'all, I get to see it all, and I get to see it from a lot of different perspectives. And in today's episode, we are going to dive into these like hidden things that you're probably doing in your business that is legit hurting you. And I'm hoping by the end of today's video, you can break these nasty habits so that you can really lock in and get those brand deals that you deserve. So the first thing you're probably doing without even realizing it is using the awful C word, collaborate. I know you guys have been trained to use this word. I'd love to collaborate with you. Let's collaborate. You know what collaborate gives off? It gives off free. It gives off barter. It gives off gifted collabs. In my humble opinion, when you tell a brand you want to collaborate with them, it's very different than saying, I'd love to work with you, or I'd love to work together. The word work feels paid. The word collaborate feels free. So make sure you're not using this in your pitches. Make sure you're not using this in your responses or in your negotiations unless you see it as a collaboration. Because if you're like, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, and it is a true collaboration where it's win-win, then that's a different story. But again, I think it's all about how you present yourself. And if you, in a pitch, decide to say something very strong like, I'd love to work together, I think you're giving off a very professional feeling versus I'd love to collaborate with you. That's just something that I believe in. I know my pitching students and inner circle students, you guys hear me say this all the time. Remove the C word from your pitching vocabulary. The second thing that you may be doing that's hurting your chances of thriving in the space is not having certain materials ready. Momentum is your friend, and brands don't want to wait for you. Not having your media kit ready, or not having some sort of proposal document ready, or not having your portfolio ready. This is going to stall the deal. And guess what? They probably pitched you and like 10 other people that day. Whoever has their materials ready and acts swiftly, those are the people that tend to get the work. So if a brand hits you up and you're like, Nina, I don't have a media kit, and you spend the next 3 days making one and second guessing it and feeling stressed and then responding to them on day 4 and sending your media kit, like you're losing time. So have these materials ready, you guys. Have this done ahead of time so that you feel confident, because there's nothing worse than a brand coming to you and then being like, I don't have this, right? So if you're listening, ask yourself this hard question. Do you have a media kit that you love? Do you have a proposal document ready? Do you have your portfolio ready? Do you have like a potential rate card? Whatever you think they're going to ask of you as a business, if you don't have these things, they could hurt you in the long term with your money. Now, if you're somebody that wants to see inside media kits or understand a little bit more about this process, like from a pitching perspective, I do have a free training. So you guys can always click the link below. It's my How to Land Paid Brand Deals training. It is free. It is amazing. And we actually go over the media kit part and show you guys some examples so that you feel really good about sending out your material. So that is a free goodie just for y'all, and I'll include that link below. The third thing that you are doing, and this is for all my small creators out there. If you are a micro creator, a smaller creator, downplaying your audience and saying those 3 ugly words, I only have 2,000 followers. You're showing them your insecurity. And as a business, like I am a business owner. If I went to like a makeup person and they came to do my makeup, or I don't know, an interior designer, and they were very much like walking in the house and being like, oh yeah, like, we're really small, we're just getting started. I'd be like, I don't want to pay you like premium. Like you don't give that energy. You feel insecure, and brands buy into confidence. They buy other businesses that feel that they can deliver on what they say they're going to do. Because remember, you are a business. You are positioning yourself as that solution. Insecurity kills the deal. So how you come off, your tone, your energy. I'm not saying you need to be a little braggadocious peacock, acting like you run it, because humility goes a long way. But again, don't downplay yourself. Don't say things like, I only have. You're basically showing them that you feel small, and then by feeling small, you kind of look small. Alexandra, 174 followers. She's my pitching student, took my program and got her first 4-figure brand deal. Imagine if she's like, oh, I only have 170 followers. No, that was not the energy, right? And now she's consistently landing these 4-figure brand deals. She has brands on retainer. She's working with them monthly, creating proposals, and her UGC business has knocked it out of the park because, again, she does not have that I only have mentality. She is confident in her offer and what she is offering to her brand clients. And if you are a Pitching to Brands Master Course student listening in and you have really good results and you've done some really good things using our program, just like Alexandra did, make sure you email us. I'd love to bring you on the podcast to talk about your story, your results, and how our course has helped you in your business. Okay, so what I'm about to say may be a little controversial, but I'm going to go for it anyways. By accepting free work, you are hurting your future paid brand deals self. So this is something that a lot of creators do because they feel like I have to accept free stuff in order to build my portfolio. That is a false narrative. You can literally build your portfolio with things around the house. You can create content with things around the home, okay? I've obviously had creators do free things and then pivot them to paid. We do this all the time inside the Pitching to Brands Master Course. However, when you start the deal off for free, you're telling the PR person that you work for free. What type of energy does that give? Even if you just got paid like $100, like that's better than zero, because zero gives the energy that you think that your work is not valuable. That is what you're telling them. Truly, you're telling a brand that you don't think what you do costs money. And that may be okay if you really are insecure about your work and you're really not there yet. However, remember that makeup artist example I told you. The makeup artist comes to my house and says, yeah, I'm willing to do it for free. I'm like, what's up with that? Like, it doesn't feel like a business. So those gifted collabs, I know they feel good. I know you want free stuff, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. Because yeah, you're taking it now, but it's like future you will suffer because of it. Now, remember when I spoke to you guys about like making sure you have your media kit ready and having those like documents ready? Something that's killing your brand deals is being slow. I cannot tell you the amount of business podcasts I listen to and just like entrepreneur stuff that say someone's speed in responding to emails is like a reflection of where they are in their business. Taking multiple days to write back to a brand, they've moved on. And it just shows that you're not hungry and that you don't need it. Write back. Even if it's by end of day, like make it a priority. Slow emails don't get the job. Unprofessional emails don't get the job, right? So having this mindset of like, oh yeah, I'll just get to it. I'll respond to them tomorrow. No, if a brand hits you up or you're in mid-pitch, respond. If you get a response from them, it's on you as a business owner to act fast. This leads to another thing that's hurting your business is depending on email to make you money. How many of us are making big money? I'm talking $10,000 brand deals via an email. There are a select group of influencers that I know and I'm friends with that they are making those $10,000, $15,000 deals and they've never gotten on a call with a brand. Yes, they exist. I know them personally. However, I also know that the market is changing and that creators that get on calls with brands have, this energy of like client services, putting offers together, really knowing how to sell. They're the ones that are locking in those big partnerships, those $10,000 plus partnerships. It is hard to make that via email. So if you're just depending on email to make money, emails are dry, they're flat, you don't feel an energy. There's literally nothing like a Zoom call, getting on with a brand, sharing your excitement for the brand, talking to them, and taking that time to almost interview them. It is such a mindset shift if instead of getting on calls with brand for them to interview you, it's you interviewing them. I had this guy, he's like an amazing YouTuber and he was scared to get on calls. And I was like, no, you're interviewing them to see if they're good for your audience. How about that? That completely changed things for him. So remember, getting on calls with brands, maybe it's a little scary, maybe you're a little nervous, but this is where you are going to be able to understand the brand's needs and put together that really nice package and offer. Now, if you're a creator who is actively pitching, actively making money already, you're doing the proposals, like you are not just starting off and you're looking to scale how much you make and understand how to put that perfect offer together, how to put those perfect packages, go over your rates, I'd love to support you. You could either do it the DIY way, which is through our Pitching to Brands Master Course. This program is our signature program here at Sidewalker. We run 0 ads to it. It has hundreds, if not thousands of testimonials because it is a result-based program. So if that's something that you need help with and you're a type of person who can execute on your own, definitely check that out. Or if you want me to jump in your business and help you put these offers together, help you really scale in your partnerships, you can get on a call with someone on our team and learn about how I can get in your business and support you, which is one of my favorite things to do. When we talk about killing a brand deal and not making money, we could not make this video without sharing the importance of the case study and sharing results and past wins. A brand cannot cannot read your mind. They do not know. They're probably not going on your website and like reading all about you and doing all of that, right? So if you don't share, hey, this is what I've done before. If you don't share your results, the proof is in the pudding, that you drive clicks, conversions, views, whatever it is that you're offering, they will not know. They cannot read your mind. They're just going to assume you don't have any. So it's on you as a creator to speak up and advocate for yourself. I'm actually going to make an entire video about like how to sell better as a creator, because I feel like a lot of creatives in general have a hard time selling themselves. But in the meantime, go into your analytics, look at the results you're able to do. You know, if you're running many chat automations, look at what you can bring and make sure you advocate and speak up for yourself, because a brand will assume you just don't have any results if you don't share them. When we talk about like hidden things you guys may be doing when you are working with brands and just not seeing that type of financial growth you're looking for, is like flat fees. Like, remember, the big word here at Sidewalker Daily is the word and. If a brand wants you to do something and something else, that something else we're going to charge for. A brand wants content and exclusivity, we're charging. A brand wants content and certain usage rights, we're charging. That and is your friend. When you see they want multiple things, you need to charge for all of that. A big way that, again, my 7-figure influencers, we're talking making $1 million a year in brand deals. I know these gals. Personally, I am friends with them. And I will tell you, I had a call the other day with this gal and she was like, yeah, the biggest way I make money is whitelisting. The biggest way I make money is usage. She's like, it's no longer the content. Like, I make the money on how they can use my content. And it's just changed the game for her. So remember, you don't just have like a flat fee, right? You charge extra for all the additional bells and whistles. And again, you're a business. Go on an airport, go to the airlines. They're charging for water. They're charging for snacks. They're charging for overhead space. They're charging for your luggage, right? So either you charge extra or you include it in the fee. It is a cost that needs to be considered. Also, y'all, you want to make money? You need to stop relying on inbounds. What do I mean by that? Stop relying on brands reaching out to you. You need to go pound the pavement, knock on doors, do what you got to do. In-person pitching, go to conferences, send those emails, right? A big thing we teach in our pitching program is that consistency factor of pitching, 40 brands a month. I know that may sound a lot for some of y'all, but it's not. 2 brands a day for 5 days is 10 brands a week. 10 brands a week for 4 weeks is 40 brands a month. That's 120 brands in 3 months. Trust me, it works. The systems we teach work. And if you need support in that consistency, just remember that you cannot sit and wait. You have to be an active participant in your business. You have to be an active participant in the type of money you want to make. Okay. So stop relying on inbounds. That is hurting you. You're just, waiting and waiting and waiting. You need to go out there and be honest with yourself. Like, are you actively doing what you said you're going to do? Also, you may not realize that you're doing this, but you're spending way too much time on Instagram and TikTok and not enough time on LinkedIn. I said it. You are scrolling. You are a creative little spirit that is on the platforms that you like to consume. But guess what? The brands, they're hanging out on LinkedIn. Spend more time there. Trust me, spend time where the brands are hanging out. That's where the magic happens. I am so passionate about LinkedIn and telling creators to just spend more time there because, again, if you can't make it to these conferences and go out, at least you're seeing people on the brand side on LinkedIn. So focus on LinkedIn, spend time there. There is money there. There's opportunity there, more than you're going to see just browsing and doom scrolling on Insta and TikTok. So I hope this episode helped you guys open up your mind to all these nasty little habits, break them, stop doing them, stop holding yourself back, and start seeing the real rewards come your way. I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.